Now, once we've discussed which thumbnail sketches that we're going to be doing, you and I, or you and Miss Snow, or you and your classmates, depending on who you're with, you're going to end up discussing which one is the best composition. Once you decide that, you're going to start on your big final piece. Now, things might look very different when you go back out the second time and you're looking at the same subject matter. Maybe the flowers moved, or maybe they died, or something probably happened. All you're going to do is you're going to try to set it up as close as you can and try to find out where you were sitting and remember where you were sitting so that you can draw as close as you can. Now, one other thing that I should mention that I didn't mention before is that, say you're in front of a bunch of flowers. There is just no way, if I have all of these flowers in my viewfinder, there's just no way that I'm going to want to include all of those things in my drawing, because it's just going to get too busy and it's going to be hard to really focus on what the star of the show is, which for my image, I want them to be one or two of these really beautiful black-eyed Susans. So I'm going to be picking which flowers I want to put in my composition, and I can leave some of them out. It doesn't have to be exactly what's in the image. Remember, you're the artist. You draw what you want it to look like. So if I'm starting my big final, again, I'm using my viewfinder. I'm closing one eye. And again, I'm just kind of very, very lightly sketching in my shapes. I'm going with really big shapes that are very soft. I can use my pencil, and I'm keeping my lines extremely soft. So soft that you might not even be able to see me put them in here in this video. And again, I'm not worrying about all the fancy line work right now. I'm just getting my image on the paper. So that way I can always go back and refine and fix things. But the big goal is just to get something on your paper. So here's one of my big black-eyed Susans. And I'm really zooming in on this thing because I want it to be the star of the show. And I can go back and put a lot of cool texture in where that black, the black part of the black-eyed Susan is. Now I'm going to come down here because I see another one. And it's okay if it's slightly off. These are plants. No one else is going to know exactly what you looked at because they're not going to be comparing it to a photograph that they took. This is you drawing from real life, and you get to make it look the way you want it to. So I'm keeping that one eye closed though this entire time. My pencil is moving. It's just kind of moving and shaking. I'm not sitting here really slow and methodically trying to draw on every single thing perfectly. Think of your eye and brain as like a seismograph. Remember how we did that with Betty Edwards? You're kind of watching the edges of the things, and your pencil's just kind of keeping track of where it's going. And now, if I come in here, I can pick. Like, there might be some things that I don't want to include, but there might be some things that look kind of nice as just like an angle. Like, I feel like it needs something up here, so I'm going to throw in this kind of back flower. I have a really long stem, and it kind of goes all the way up to the top, and it might even get trimmed off a little bit. We'll see. In the end, I might come back and erase a few things, but right now I'm going to put this one in there. And look how I made my flowers so big. If you start making these flowers tiny, you will be here forever because there are so many flowers, and you're going to be spending a month just drawing flowers. Focus in on trying to make some of your images nice and big, some of your shapes big. Now I'm going to, what I'm doing is I'm going to throw in a few extra leaves. These leaves might not really be in these places. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at some of the leaves that I'm seeing, and I'm looking at the actual shapes that are happening. So like there's nothing down in here that I'm really looking at. I'm actually picking a new leaf right now, and I'm very carefully checking out the shape of that leaf, because we are not drawing icons of leaves. We do not want this thing to look like a perfect little leaf. It's definitely got its own personality here, and I'm sort of drawing that in there. And things might cross in front of other things. And again, I might just say, okay, I see a leaf. Like I could even turn. Now I could say, okay, I'm liking that, but now I see something over here that I like. Now I could put something in over here. If it's something I like over here, I can add that into my drawing. And you don't have to stick with your composition totally, like your thumbnail sketches. That's just to give you an idea of what you want to do. So I see this kind of cool little like spoke of leaves back in there. I don't know if you can see that, but because I see that, and I was drawing these flowers, but I see that one back there, and I feel like I need something in here, I can just kind of throw those in there. Again, this is just kind of fun. Okay, so I could keep going, but again, I'm gonna come back, and then slowly I would start refining my lines once I kind of figure out what I am liking and what I don't like. And that's the process.